Good afternoon from Yami B TV YouTube. Sending loads of love to you. So we're gonna have a Yami B TV report on the last couple of days. Not too pleased to tell you that I think I've got a sore throat. I saw it coming over the last couple of days, but I didn't know till this morning. There's some bits and bobs coming up, but hey, that won't be stopping me right now. So first things first. Now, Brian Reader has passed away. It's a bit baffling because, unless you don't know more, maybe I had some downtime at that time and I missed something here. Maybe some of you can tell me because I don't go and check. He passed away in September, but they're only allowed to bring it out now. I don't see why would it be a big secret unless the family. But either way, when people pass away, especially true crime, folklore, legends, you've got to get out when they die. But I might be missing something here, right? But yeah, the Hatton, he was a member of the so-called Hatton Garden heist robbery, but in reality, it's a burglary, right? And they got not too much big sentences for a large amount of money, jewelry, etc. That was bigger than many so-called big armed robberies, of course, and unless you put the depot with Lee Murray aside. Now, I had an experience with him in 1983. I went from St Albans Crown when I got my first sentence with Aylesbury, and I got arrested in a Boy Scout uniform pretending to be car wash. Remember that part of the story? When I was in Brixton for those few days, I think Brian Reader was there. And I showed him my paperwork. He was about 2 doors away from me, right? I was the youngest in Brixton at that time. I think I told you like this. And when he read them, he said, yeah, great burglaries. He goes, but you're not getting paid enough, because you're young, you work it all out, but you've got to really advance and be looking to make more money than that, good quality and all that. That's the only conversation that ever took place with me and Brian Reader. It's not worth doing a video on comparisons with Hatton Garden and Brinks Mat, because the Brinks Mat was involved with a lot of violence, and there's been a lot of so-called murders over it, but we don't really know, over missing money and that kind of stuff. With the Hatton Garden one, there was no violence, there was no one there. Probably I put down, being the kind of criminal that I was, for the early part, not the latter part, of course, is that when you can do things, if you're going to do them without violence and get that much money, then to me, you've kind of swerved it all and still come out with everything that everybody's going to extreme levels to get what they want in those so-called bigger crimes with guns and knives and things like that, right? I think there's only one left alive from the Hatton Gardens. I think it might be Daniel Jones. I might be wrong, but let me know that too, right? Because remember, I did see one of them in Belmarsh. I think they were on the hospital wing and they died in prison, but can't be too sure. My brain's a bit muddled this morning now. All right, rest in peace, Brian Reader. What does it all mean? What it means is that he had a kind of colourful life with true crime, because he does. His name is linked to a lot of loads of money crimes, Brian Reader, without doing loads of time. So he didn't do too much badly. All this missing talk of millions and all, that's what the comparison was. They're saying, what about the comparison? Because it's missing money, but missing money, as far as I know, there isn't no murders surrounding the Hatton Garden lot where people there's little talk about this one might have taken this bit and that bit, but no one's really died over it, and that to suffer, we haven't heard about it, the consequences of not flying straight when you do crimes, right? So no, I wiped up that. I put that away. Brinks Mat, there's so many things that go with everything. If I was to come up here and tell you some of the things that I heard over the years from the Brinks Mat, for all that were involved, then you could kind of get into bloody hell. You can kind of get into a little bit of those conspiracy theories, but we won't be doing that today on Yami B TV. The other news now, Peter Rogers, Uncle Peter Rogers from Liverpool, tells me this morning, Uncle Yami, did you watch the boxing, Cashel and what's his name again, Josh Taylor? Right? I said, no, I didn't watch it, but I see it flash up, yeah? Because it took me a while to wake up this morning now. So I watched it this morning, and you're asking me my opinion. Well, I can only see it the way that I saw it. And I thought the first half of the fight, I thought it was all over a long time. I thought Cashel was supremely dominant, right? But it's just me. I'm just saying that. You lot are better at it than me, but I watched it, I'm like watching things. Fucking hell. So I gave him that. I thought Josh Taylor rallied really well in the later rounds, but not enough to get anything close to a draw, not at all. I would have given it, at the least, I would have given it, if I was being a little bit, 115, 113 to Catterall, but no, I have to give it 116, 117, 13, because that first half of the fight, they only looked like one winner, right? So, say no more, that's the most that I can say on that right now. And also, I was out yesterday watching the Man United, imagine this, right? Derek Dodge, right? From Manchester, his lovely wife, Michelle Shelley, and some Roman and Ashley, right? I had a morning for a joke. I texted him, I said, listen, you lose today, Manti. You lose 3-0. Right? So I think he's thinking I've gone off my rocker. But I was only joking, right? I was out yesterday, 1980s, all day. It was brilliant, man. I was in my element, but I watched the football, obviously, during the same time now. When they scored the first one, I thought, we've seen all this before. Man City can come back from 1-0 down. When the second one went in, I thought, oh no, don't tell me it's going to, that little nudge you gave there to Derek Dodge is going to come true. But I was worried. 2-0. I was thinking, but I thought this game looks a bit different. Man United, yeah, they got the luck. Because if you look at both goals, they were the rub of the green kind of goals. I'm taking nothing away from the win from Man United. I was pleased, to be honest, to see Hogg maybe last another season, because that's the game you needed to win. And he got it. Haaland hit the bar in the second half. They were pressing. They were some inches away from this and inches away from that. They get one back, and it makes for a good climax. So I thought if they get one, it could be two, could go into extra time. But no, on this day, it was the Reds' day. So fair play to you lot, right? What was the other one? Of course, my team today, I will be going down there. They're coming to collect me. I will be watching Leeds today against Southampton. I'm a bit worried because they beat us before, a couple of games before this playoff final comes along. I was going to go. I've been offered tickets to go down there, but it's high risk red flag for me, all that excitement at this stage of my journey. So, if we don't go up today, but if we don't, we don't. I believe the pitter patter on our day, like you saw against Norwich, when it's really fast and furious, when they're running full pelt at you, we should be able to find the answers. But alas, Southampton are not too bad themselves. It's going to be a cracking final playoff. But marching on together we go. Uncle Yummy, the legendary Cockney White. I still believe it's our day today, like I always will do. But loads of love to you. I will be going live tonight. I've still been smashing TikToks to smithereens, right? But yeah, would you have a check-in tonight, all right? Loads of love. Or this evening, early evening, 6, 7, 8.